All right, graphic design. This week we are going to be working on the design. Here's the project. Let me quickly scan through the brief, but we'll talk about this in class. So this is an annual competition put on by Ceanci, who's this entity that ends up really giving RPS a lot of money. This competition is two parts. There's a t-shirt component and then there's a poster. We're going to start with the t-shirt and we'll move on to the poster next week. I'll let you guys read through the brief. This is going to be due on Friday, and then we're going to refine it over the next 2 weeks. But essentially, we are designing a t-shirt. You can see some of the past winners here. And here's the specs. It's got to be a t-shirt design. It needs to promote design the design. It's a one color. Can be dark ink on a light shirt or light ink on a dark shirt. The text should say Design the Design 2026 and include the client logo, which will be provided to you. It's going to be the Ceanci and RVC logo. It's one-sided. It needs to fit within a 12-inch by 14-inch space. I'll show you how to set that up. The typography, they're looking for something readable but kind of funky and artistic and creative. And the final is going to be delivered as a vector file. We're going to start this with a mind map and mood board. So our first part is going to be hopping into Canva. You're going to download these two files, the mood board and mind map. Once you've got them downloaded, we're going to create a new file. We're going to do a custom size and we're going to do a piece of paper. So it's going to be an 8.5 by 11, but we do need this sideways. So let's put in inches. We'll do a width of 11 and a height of 8.5. Let's create that. Once you have that, you're going to download these two PDFs and you're going to upload them. So I'll go to upload. I'm going to start with the mind map. Go ahead and open this and then pull it out to the artboard. Now, mind maps, where is it? Oh, there we go. Pull this out to the artboard, fits perfect, and it looks like I made a mistake here. This shouldn't be on here, so I'm going to have to redo a little bit of this. In fact, yeah. Ignore this type here. This isn't right. I will make sure that this is gone. In fact, if it's there, you can just delete this stuff out. This is what you're looking for. Alright, once you've got this on your artboard, a mind map is a way to generate new ideas. So this first circle, the big one, is what we call focus. So I'm going to put text in here. I'm going to drop a type block. What you choose to put in focus is entirely up to you. Think about what the competition is. It's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be energetic, it's supposed to be artistic, so maybe I'll put fun. I'm going to put fun in focus. You can put whatever you want, keep it on brand though, that's really important. A couple things about this, there is a cash prize awarded to it. Myself, the principal, assistant principal, and counselor are each putting in $25. So the winner of this competition will get $100 if you're chosen by Ceanci, in addition to some other hardware that Ceanci is going to give out. Last year I think it was art materials. Okay, so I've got fun in focus. The way that mind maps work is don't overthink it. When I say fun, what's the first thing you think of? I'm going to copy this. So when I think of fun, I think of outdoors. So I'm going to put outdoors. It's a little bit big, and I misspelled it. Okay. When I think of fun, I think of friends. When I think of fun, I think of party. When I think of fun, I think of jokes. Now, what you choose to put in focus is going to be entirely up to you, but like I said, keep it on brand. Everyone's is going to look different, and there's no wrong way to do this. The two things about Mind Map is, one, don't overthink it, and two, no duplicates. So I have outdoors and friends. I can't use those anywhere else. All right, when I think of fun, I think of birthday. And when I think of fun, I think of, when I was a kid, sleepovers were a lot of fun. Okay, so this is my original idea kernel here. This is my first tier out. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go 2 tiers out. So now what you're going to do is, when you think of party, what do you think of? When I think of party, I think of clowns. When I think of party, I think of magicians. Now yours is going to be different, no doubt. I'm sure most of you guys don't think of clowns and magicians when you think of party, but totally up to you. When I think of party, I think of poppers. And likewise, when I think of outdoors, I think of animals. When I think of outdoors, I think of fires. When I think of friends, I think of... When I think of friends, what do I think of? Gaming. When I think of friends, I think of shuffleboard. So you're going to do this for each of the words. Shrink that down a little bit. You're going to completely fill up this mind map. And the idea here is, we want to move away from really tired and kind of cliched stuff that normally would go on a t-shirt. As I get out to the second tier, what about a t-shirt that has clowns, magicians, and animals all sitting by a fire? That's a weird idea, and it might just be weird enough that it gets picked. So start with your mind map, fill this completely up, all the tiers out. So 6 things associated with this, 6 things associated with this, 6 associated with this, and so forth. Save this as a PDF. I'm going to download it. PDF print would be wonderful. And then we'll move on to the mood or vision board.